Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with Golden Opportunities Coaching. Welcome to those of you who are new. Welcome back to those of you seasoned veterans of what we do around here. What we do around here is bring about conversations about a variety of social, psychological, and emotional topics. We try to do that in audio format several times per week. We've got over 500 of those and 500 subscribers. Great to have hit that milestone. We'd like to double that, get it to 1,000, and make a major difference in the world with post-COVID related challenges. If you're looking for ways to maximize your life, minimize your stress, get your life into a better place, would love to be of assistance to you in a life, relationship, or business coaching or entertainment coaching manner. There's two ways to get there from here. That first is at PO Perception on Twitter, and or you can get in touch through the About Me section of this website, and then go to my website, get in touch through there. So, 7 things that the smartest people in the world do that you may be underdoing. We talk about overdoing a lot, right? If you drink too much, or you sleep too much, or you swear too much. But what if you underdo things? What if you're not doing certain things enough? There's 7 things that really intelligent people do, and they get ahead in life because of these things. The first is they know how to stay humble. I know that sounds really, really bizarre, but they understand the difference between confidence and cockiness and humility and arrogance. When you begin to understand these things on a deeper level, you begin to understand that every relationship, every interaction you have, every connection you make with a person is all based on perception. And so if they perceive that you are ego-driven, if they perceive that you are arrogant, if they perceive that you are cocky, you're going to get less out of that relationship long-term and short-term and medium-term than you would if they see you as humble. Now, offer your advice where it's asked for, not before, not after. And also be willing to admit when you don't know something, and or allow a person to show what they know before you speak, so that you look like a person who has at least the decorum to be able to interact with others in a meaningful way. The next thing is they use their talents, and if they don't know how to use their talents, they try and find different ways. If you are, for example, a really good public speaker, maybe you don't want to speak in front of large groups of people. Maybe that's best used as a podcast or radio host. Or maybe that's used as a religious teacher. Or maybe that's used as a tutor. There's a million ways to use every skill we have. Finding a way to best use your talents, and preferably finding ways to do it that don't get you paid, but at the same time could get you paid, is also valuable. Diversification of your career path allows you to live life in a meaningful manner, whereas if you're doing the same thing for the next 40 years, number one, it's not 1950, so that really doesn't work for the majority of people anymore unless you have a really specialized skill set. But also, 2, when you diversify, you expand your knowledge base, and that makes you more valuable overall. The next is understand opposite viewpoints, whether it's politically, religiously, socioeconomically, racially, whatever it is. Take the viewpoint that is most opposite yours and find a way to causally relate it to something you do understand, so that you can understand the other person. Understanding something doesn't mean you agree with it. There are many social issues that I am rather passionate about, but I completely understand and can empathize with the other person's viewpoint. The more you're willing to understand opposing viewpoints, the easier it will be for you to be socially influential when the time comes with people who are, looking at things from another way than you. For example, if you walk into a room of people that believe something the opposite of the way you believe, and you attack them, they are less likely to be converted. They're less likely to be friendly to you or civil. Whereas if you can go in and say, you know what, I understand that you believe A, B, and C, and I get that from your perspective this is true. My belief is the opposite of yours. Here's why. We can agree to disagree, or we can discuss this further. You've already disarmed the person who thinks that they have to be defensive when dealing with someone with an opposing view. Remove limits off of yourself. So if you don't think you can do something, you can't or you won't. If you think you can, you probably will one way or another. So if there's something you think you can't ever do, but you think you want to, force yourself to try it, and even if you fall short of your own expectations, at least you know that you can do more of it than you thought. Even if you fall flat on your face, at least the knowledge that you tried will give you a different view of yourself and enable you to move on a more consistent basis towards your goals in the future. The next is dream big but progressively. What that means is have dreams that have step by step linear thought. If my dream is to be debt free, I don't need to look at, let's say, $1 million worth of debt and say I'm going to make $1 million this month. But if I can break it down and say, you know what? Every $1,000 is one step closer. Every $10,000, every $100,000 is 10%, whatever it is. When you begin to layer your dreams in goal-related language, but also have the bigger dream. If my bigger dream is to retire by the time I'm 45, then that's a big dream. But that means what I do today is working towards that bigger dream. And so, the more we dream and have layers to our dreams, the easier life is going to be. Have a high energy attitude. So, don't be sedentary. You can take time to do sedentary activities, watch TV, pet the dog, get a massage, whatever, but find ways to restore energy. If that means getting up throughout your day and doing bursts of 5 to 10 minutes of exercise, do that. If it means dancing in the middle of the office, do that. Whatever it means for you to be high energy, do that, because different parts of your brain are activated based on the amount of energy you're putting out. The last thing is, don't say things you can't follow through on. Your follow through is directly related to your credibility. So when you don't follow through, when you break your word, when you break the bond that your word creates, you automatically make yourself less credible. And when you lose credibility, you lose influence. So pick your language carefully. Only commit to things that you can follow through on. If you know you can't follow through, notify people early and often, and come up with a way that you can follow through at the most immediate and ready date from when you said you were going to, so it doesn't look like you weren't intending to follow through the whole time. So hopefully this is helpful, and keep your feet on the ground, your mind in the moment. Till next time, everybody.